What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Earn It, Save It, Invest It. I'm a little sick right now, but the market is almost signaling it could be going on for a correction here. So I just kind of wanted to go over what's been happening. Meta just went down double digits, went down 11%. So we have other stocks kind of going down. Some earnings just came out. So just wanted to go over that really quick. Basically, October is over. It's October 30th right now. It's the end of the day too, so we only got one more trading day. And I called HIMS. I said HIMS was going to crash a good, at least probably 20%, but probably 15 or more, because every single month it's had a big crash. Or if it's gone up, it's gone up well. If it's gone down, it's gone down bad. And lo and behold, it's gone down about 20%. So I'm going to kind of go over that really quick, go over the market, what it's kind of feeling. So yeah, if you do like my stuff, go ahead and please give a like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. And I'm just going to break down the market really quick. If you didn't know, this is my 100K challenge. So what I try to do, what I'm trying to do is taking $7,354, trying to make it into 100,000. I got hit real hard today, as you can see. It was down 4%, down negative $350. But I kind of saw this going. I sold some HIMS. I used to be at 50, now I'm at 40. I don't regret selling more because I've done that before. I think it's going to go down, and maybe I was right initially, and then I didn't buy back, and then the stock just went up. Palantir is that example. I sold, and when I sold, it was okay because over the next week or two it did go down, and now it's up to where it's astronomically high, and I wish I had sold now, but that's just how it is. So the market went down on Friday, or I mean on Thursday, which is today, and Meta went down pretty hard. It went down 11%. Now, as you can see right here on the screen, I have my top 10 stocks. Adobe and Google were the only ones that went up. Everything else went down fairly. Nike less than 1%, and Fubo less than 1%. Fubo just announced that their merger went through with Disney, and you'd assume that maybe it'd go up, and it did go. It went up 24%, and then by the end of the day and today, it's gone nowhere. Right, and that's because the market sentiment is kind of seeming a little like, well, what's going on, right? But if you see here in Meta, right, it's gone down 11%, and it's caught another 1% up in the aftermarket, but really it went down significantly. So you could call this a 10% drop in Meta. That is huge, right? If we look at exactly why they went down, Meta Platforms delivered strong Q3 results with 26% year-over-year revenue growth and robust free cash flow despite a one-time tax charge impacting net income. So obviously 26% year-over-year, that's pretty good. Meta is ramping up CapEx, capital expenditure, by $6 billion to a new range of $70 to $72 billion in order to accelerate AI and super intelligence investments. When you talk about ramping up expenditures when it's already such a big expense right now, people aren't too happy about it. So we got core digital advertising KPIs are showing positive trends, such as ad prices increased 10% year over year. That's good. Shares are attractively valued at 25 times forward earnings, offering significant upside potential with fair value estimate of $1,053 per share, 49% above the current levels. This analyst confirms their strong buy rating. It says right here, right? They took basically a $16 billion tax charge, which essentially they got hit with a big tax charge, and it affected their earnings per share, and it looked really bad. And on top of that, they're going to be spending more on AI and trying to figure it out. The thing is, Meta's a big AI play in terms of advertisements, connecting with people, right? What do people want? What do they need? When it comes to advertisements, AI is huge. And they also are doing their glasses. They're doing their Oculus. They have all these other projects. I mean, they're dealing with the metaverse, which is pretty big. And I think right now, it's not seen as something extravagant, But I do think my kids, when they grow up and they're in their, my daughter's 10, my son is 7, when they're in their later teens to 20s, I do believe there will be many concerts and live events, sporting, music, you name it, that you could do virtual reality. Could you imagine having a virtual reality headset and watching, instead of, like, you live in Arkansas. You live in Arkansas. You can't, it's not easy to visit Vegas. It's not easy to visit Los Angeles. It's not easy to visit New York, right? You go in, you do an event, right? Virtual reality. You charge for that, for a Cirque du Soleil, for a Lakers game, for any of these things. You could easily get more money, right? A musician can sell more concert tickets through VR than they can through a stadium, because a stadium can physically only fit a certain amount of people. So I think VR is going to be huge. It's just not huge right now. And usually you could say the first player is not the winner, but they're building it out right now, and there's a lot of AI players right now too. So we don't know exactly who's going to win, but Meta's kind of going down right now, and the market as a whole went down. And so we're going to see, after all these earnings play out over the next week, what the market, where are we going to trend? You know, Nvidia, that was down 2%, right? The Qs, right, which tracks the NASDAQ, it was down 1.5%, but after hours it went up. The reason why, I'll tell you right now, again, the S&P-Y down 1%, and it caught about 0.5%. The big reason why is Amazon. And that's one of the reasons, right? It went up 13% after hours. So that's a big one where, you know, after hours, that helped the market a lot. I'm a big believer in Amazon. I've been saying that. I want to add more to my position. I did add more to Fubo. I added a little bit of Amazon, some Adobe, some Hesai. So I added some to it. I wish I did add more. You can always wish that things are going to happen. It's still at a good value, still a good buy right now. So maybe I do put another $50 in eventually here. But Amazon went up 13% after hours, which is great for the market. And what's funny is that, you know, the market, it doesn't know what it's doing, right? Today it went down, but Wednesday it was feeling so much more bullish than it was 2 weeks ago. The market is just very emotional, right? This week, yesterday, they voted, and 44 bullish, 19 neutral, 37 basically bearish. So, I mean, you know, we're looking at the bears have just started disintegrating. The bulls are taking over again. And yet, when you actually look at the charts, right, this is the chart, this is the Qs, and this is when everyone was feeling bearish, right? I just want to show you this really quick. This is crazy. This is where people were feeling bearish, right? Here's the 8th. If you can see at the bottom of the screen, it says Wednesday, the 8th, October 8th. And we've gone up 2.5% basically, and that's with this drop. If we don't include that drop, we're talking almost 3.5%. We were up almost 4%. If we go back one day, yesterday, we were up basically 4% since then, you know? And yet the market was feeling so awful, right? I mean, look at this. Right? The market is feeling so awful for, you know, for those 2 weeks, right? We go here, right? Or no, sorry, here, the 8th, right? We're feeling so bad. And then we just, oh no, the market's going to go fine. No, the market, right? And then what's going to happen? Well, what do you think is going to happen? Are we just going to drop back off into 33? Like, what is the market doing? It just does whatever it wants. We have the fear and greed index, which again, we're stuck in fear. I've been calling it that we're going to get stuck in this area for a little while. What's crazy is that the market's still just going up. The market is still going up. HIMS down 5.5%, up 2% after hours. HIMS is a big position. If you see this is my $100,000 challenge. It's my top weighted position. It was a lot more weighted previously before it had its significant crash, right? I mean, it's gone down, if we just look at the 1 month, 24%. 24%. And this is why right here, I said it was going to go down that percent, right? Let me just zoom in on this here. Right, we have 54, 20, 34, 12, 70, 12, 32, 36, 33. If you had to put your money on this number, what would you put? You're probably going to put at least a 15, but probably a 20 to a 30, right? That's what I would have put, a 20 to a 30. We are at 25, 24 basically, right? It's exactly where I thought it was going to end up. So, let me show you where I think it's going to end up here. Oops. So this is HIMS currently, right down here. And I think it has two options kind of from here, right? They're going to release their earnings here. And if the market reacts negative towards it, it's going to shoot down, I think, towards this this support over here. I marked it down. This is a support going down to December. This is almost a year ago, right? HIMS has had absolutely no... I mean, this has been a support level, actually. You could call this a support, right? It's bottomed out twice right here. You know, I would say that's a decent support right there. But if it goes through this, then it's going to go to here. It's probably going to go to 34. If it bounces up and finds support and it continues to go up, I think it not necessarily is going to go on a straight path like this, but will continue to go on this trend if it bounces up. But it has to bounce up and then continue up till here. If it bounces up right here, that's not a sign yet. It can still go back down. It has to bounce up, it'll bounce down, then it'll bounce up. That's what I'm looking for. I feel like it's got one or two. It's going to go either way. Obviously, it's going to go up or down, right? But it could also go side to side. But I think it's going to kind of go between these two levels right here, right? I mean, you look at this. This is your zone, right? This is your zone between, what do we got, 42 and 65 essentially. So if it passes 42, I mean, we're looking at maybe 34 on this, which would significantly hurt my portfolio. And the thing, I started this whole $100,000 challenge, and my HIMS position, I started it June 2nd. And let's look at it where it was June 2nd. June 2nd is right here. So is that like 55? I have it at a $27 average. Or maybe it's I have it in a couple of accounts. So let me just really quickly check. Oh, my cost is 22. No, Celsius is 36. So my cost is 22, almost $23. Right, let me show you really quick. Right here, my HIMS costs $22.86. Right, so that's how much it costed me. And when it was, already when I had started the challenge, June 2nd, now it looks like, the fact that I'm up significantly, or I'm doing well on my challenge, and I've had one of my biggest positions go down since I've had it. It's gone down almost 25%. It's gone down almost 25% right here. That's insane. Let me show you. It's gone down almost 25% right here. And, the fact that my portfolio is doing well, that's what you want. You want a portfolio that does well. You want a portfolio that can take a hit on one position, but it's still somehow continuing to climb, right? I have different spot. I have a couple dividends, I have a couple growth, I have a couple speculative, and I plan on continuing to add to it to just build that portfolio. And so yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know what the market's going to do right now. Tomorrow, big day, Friday as well. Next week, I don't know. Let's see. Let's just quickly see if there's going to be any earnings. Let me see here. All right, let's go here. Let's go earnings calendar. All right, let's go monthly view. So, like today we had Apple, Amazon. They both, Apple released their earnings as well. They beat, and they went up. They went up on the day a little bit, and then they also went up after hours. But for next week, let's see here, or next month, which will be November, we got Palantir, AMD. Those are big. Shopify, Uber. Those are some big companies. Who else do we have here? Toyota, McDonald's, AppLovin. Yeah, I think right here, these are Palantir. That's going to be a huge one. Palantir is going to be a huge announcement in what they're going to do. AMD is a big one too. So look out for next week. The beginning of the week is going to be interesting because, we're coming out. We're going to start the week again with kind of some bangers, right? Like boom, Palantir is big. And if it at all disappoints, I wouldn't be surprised if it crashes hard, right? If it does well, if it just does what it's supposed to do, if it just does what it's expected, then I think it's not going to go too much. It might go up a little bit, but it's already at such a high value. I don't know how much further it can go up. So we'll see. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to say about the market, where it's been going. HIMS, I called it. I said it's going to have a big crash, 20% probably, and it did. It really did. And I would expect, to be honest with you, until it shows anything different, expect 10 to 20% moves in a month. Every month, every 30 days. You mark it today, in 30 days, it's going to be 10 to 20% different, up or down. The market right now seems to be a little confused. We have some good earnings. They were good earnings. It's not like anyone was missing, not anyone was signaling a downtrend or economic anything, right? The companies aren't saying that the tariffs are hurting us or killing us, right? So is that going to then... Will that affect the Fed? Is the Fed going to say, no, we're not going to lower rates the way, Wall Street kind of wants us to and stuff like that, right? And what's going to happen? What is the effect? What can make the market go down? Because I do believe we have some kind of correction due. We're due for a correction. I marked it down, but I'm obviously off. This is why you don't want to time the market. You just want to have time in the market. Because if I had put all that money that I was depositing and I had just put it into stocks, I would be up. But again, I still wanted to have a little bit more cash available. I just wanted to have a little bit more cash available, so I'm not going to regret that decision. But now that I have cash available, I'm going to continue making buys and doing that. So I put in $50 this week, and I got to find something to buy tomorrow. So we'll see what I do. But yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please go ahead and give a like and subscribe to this channel. It really does a lot. And yeah, thank you for watching, and never forget to earn it, save it, invest it, buy low, sell high. I want assets, not liabilities, and you can count on compounded interest.